What's up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of CGL's Collectibles. In this episode, my girlfriend and I head to the New Jersey Meadowlands Flea Market to hunt for some vintage items. I'm formatting this video a little bit differently because there's only one transaction that goes on in this video, even though you're seeing a lot of really cool stuff like N64 games and this binder full of Pokemon cards. A lot of the stuff just wasn't for me at the price point that it was asked for. Plus, like Pokemon cards, I don't really know a whole lot about. But if you see the thumbnail of this video, you know what I ended up buying. I ended up finding a sweet deal on some Yu-Gi-Oh cards that's coming up in the middle of this video. And my girlfriend and I got to this flea market super duper late. I mean, we got here at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I never do that. If it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I usually tell myself there's not going to be anything good there anyway, so there's no point in going. And boy, was I wrong. I'm just going to call out the elephant in the room right here, right now. I don't know how this Yu-Gi-Oh binder that I ended up buying today survived the majority of the day. It was out here for at least 3, 4, or maybe 5 hours, and nobody bought it besides me. I find that to be absolutely insane, but it just goes to show, no matter what time you come, you never know when you're going to find some good stuff. So sit back, enjoy the video, and watch how this whole buying process went down.
Those two, I would do 15 for the book.
Everything in there is $2 or 3 for $5.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Which one?
Stones.
How much is the stone shirt? Are they all 5 or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Come, you don't have the thing with the shirts on it.
Because I don't have enough on there. I don't have enough of them to bring it.
You have a price on the Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
100 for the binder.
$100 for the whole binder.
That's it, the whole thing?
Yep. Yeah, there's over 700 cards.
As I'm flipping through this binder, I'm seeing cards like Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Lava Golem, and so much more. Joe said for $100 I can buy the whole binder. I think I have to pull the trigger on this.
No,
This might be worth
I'd rather
it.
have the larger sizes than the small, believe it or not.
Baseball fat packs are $6 a piece, or 4 for 20. Pokemon are $4, 3 for 10.
Joe, can you wiggle it all from 100? Can you do 80?
I'm in it too high to do that. I would do 90, but that's going to be my bottom.
Okay. Let me see if you've got anything else here. Are these all the Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Yeah.
I see these here. Is that
No,
it?
that's not my stuff.
Okay. Let's just see what else we got.
No, I'm going to sell it.
$2.
You're gonna
$2, everything.
do it. Let me see something.
$2.
$90. If I got it, I'll do it. Let's see.
Doing exactly what I would do.
Thank you, bud.
Appreciate it.
You got it. I appreciate it as well.
Thanks. All right, guys, so I'm back home in my basement, and here we can examine in full the Yu-Gi-Oh binder that I bought. You guys can see I got it for 90 bucks. Pretty good deal, in my opinion, just at first glance. And then as I started to go through the binder, I realized two things, and one good and one bad. One, the bad part, I really didn't notice how poor of condition some of these cards are in. I mean, they are rough. There's very few things in here that I'd say are really exceptionally rare, including in exceptionally good condition. But the good thing is, I'll show you later, there were multiples of some cards that I didn't even realize there were multiples of. So that's super cool. So 90 bucks. I got this binder, which I'm going to actually hold on to for myself. There are really nice pages in here. There's no tears. Like, these aren't, it's not like a dirty binder. It's a really nice binder. Like, honestly, like the binder alone is probably like a $10 bill right there. So I'm going to keep that binder for myself. Now, with the cards, I have it broken down into a couple different piles. There were approximately 600 common cards. There were approximately 150 foil cards and approximately 150 rare cards. So the rares, the commons, and then the foils I have split into my keeper pile and my I want to sell pile. So we'll go into the I want to sell pile first. Anybody interested in purchasing these can definitely contact me in the comment section. It's probably the easiest way for me to read it. So when I say that this is my I want to sell it pile, these are just cards that have no sentimental attachment to me, or the condition's really bad. Like, for example, this is a card that I would keep if it was in better shape, but you can see that big ding on the top corner, and then obviously a huge bend going down the back. So most cards are not in this bad of shape. Like this one's pretty bad. That's why I really don't want it. But you can see the condition issue on some of these cards. But now going into like these are all just cards that have no real sentimental meaning to me. So some of you guys, especially Yu-Gi-Oh collectors, you might find a lot. This is one actually, I might want to keep that. So actually a first edition too. I'll think about it. I still got to go through and finalize what I want and what I don't want. Here's a first edition Elemental Hero Blade Edge. You see it's not in great shape. You can tell it's a first edition because it says it right there. It's not in great shape. All these cards I say are in kind of, played with to heavy play condition. Some of them are pretty nice. There are some exceptions. But, I mean, just to find this many foils, so in total, like I said, like about 150, 175 foil cards. In total, the lot was nearing 900 cards. At 90 bucks, that's a penny a piece on these cards. So I don't know how this survived the whole day and nobody bought it. There's a lot of people, like this is a pretty cool card, Ancient Gear Beast. It's a card I don't have in my own collection, but it's just one that, when I collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I collect the ones that I remember from my childhood, and those are the ones that mean the most to me, and those are the ones that I want to keep. I'm not I want to collect them all kind of guy or anything like that, but at the same time, I will collect multiple copies of the same card if it's a card that I really, really like, which you're going to see in a bit. There's a Metal Morph card. But yeah, I was super surprised to see this there. And originally when I went to go, when you guys can see in the footage, when I went to go ask to buy it, this one's probably in the worst shape out of anything. I really was only interested in a couple cards, and I was just going through the first couple pages, and I was like, how much are the, that's cool. Sorry, I'm going to keep getting distracted because I just love Yu-Gi-Oh cards so much. I was asking the dealer, Joe, he's a regular there, and we've bought from him many times in the past, a lot of times on camera. How much was it per card? And he said, he's not selling them individually. It's going to be $100 for the whole binder. And after seeing the cards that I saw, I was immediately interested, and I was kind of wondering why nobody else bought it. But that's beside the point. I was immediately interested because I saw cards like the Dark Magician. I saw a Blue Eyes White Dragon, an original SDK Blue Eyes White Dragon, and I saw a bunch of these other ones that I was just like, there's so many foils in here. I could see somebody asking like $300 for the binder or more, but $100 was a really good deal. I asked him if he would take 80. He said he's got more than that in it. Typical Joe answer, but I appreciate the hustle. And we settled on 90. And so, like I said, 90 bucks comes out to about a penny a piece on these cards. And it's tough to find foil cards like this at a penny a piece. And there's a Harpy's Pet Baby Dragon. Last of the foil cards. Now, this, like I said, this is the pile of cards that I really want to sell. These have no real sentimental meaning to me. So these, along with the 600 common cards and all these rares, you guys can tell that these are the difference between a rare Yu-Gi-Oh card, a holo, and a common. Common is just a basic card, right? It's got nothing flashy, nothing going on with the card. It's just a regular playing card. A rare card is always going to have like this silver shiny lettering. So you can see all these cards are rares, and rares aren't really rare. It's just the term that we use for identifying the cards and classifying them. And then the holos, there's different types of holos, but basically as long as it has a reflective picture, it's a holo foil, and it's just more desirable than the rest. So like I said, I got about 100 rare cards, about 100 foils that I want to sell. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Now this is the lot of foils that I want to keep. And a lot of the cards that were in here, as well as in these piles over here, they were hidden behind other cards. So like, for example, I'll show you when I get there. I'll show you that right now, actually. Let's look at this. So when I was going through the binder, I saw this, right? I saw this really rough shape Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is an SDK 001. It's not a first edition, otherwise it would say first edition right there. And if it said first edition, you know, this card's probably, even in this condition, a first edition card of a Blue Eyes White Dragon is probably, in this condition is rough, but it's probably 50 bucks or more, depending. But it was sitting in the binder just like this. And I said, ooh, there's a Blue Eyes White Dragon in there. But behind this Blue Eyes White Dragon, in the binder, inside the sleeve, there was not one, not two, but there were actually 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons all in that one sleeve. And that's where I was like, oh my God, like, what else is in here? And there were some other cards that were like that. And so I think even in the condition that these are in, these cards are probably somewhere between $5 and $10 a piece. But these are cards that I really want to just hang on to. I have really no interest in selling them right now. But yeah, right off the bat, I found out there were 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons in there, and I was like, ooh, what else? An Obnoxious Celtic Guardian, Catapult Turtle, Time Wizard, and most of these are foils. There's a couple just common cards in here, I think, that I wanted to keep for my own amusement. A Magic Cylinder card. Here was another example. There were 2 Sphinx Talalas, 2 Andros Sphinx. Like, I didn't know that there were 2 of these cards in there because they were like tucked away just like this behind each other. So I didn't know that there were multiples. This is one of the cards that I saw that when I saw it in the binder, I was like immediately interested. Like, and this one's actually in fairly good condition. It's got a ding up there, but you know, most of these cards, they're all in the same kind of played with condition. Some of them heavy play, like the Blue Eyes White Dragons, but I just love these cards so much, and I can't believe that I bought this whole thing for 90 bucks. I mean, it really is just an awesome collection of cards. And it looked like whoever amassed this collection, they looked like they were a pack opener because there were so many commons and whatnot, and triples and quadruples of the common cards. There's an SDJ, Red Eyes Black Dragon. You can see the waves of creases on it, but it's still a great card. I love it. Holo Foil Buster Blader. I think this is the first time I've owned this card in a holo. First time I owned a Queen Insect. This is a limited edition. I'm really not an expert on the different types of editions and everything like that. I like the original stuff. This was one of those common cards that, this card I believe is from the TV show Launcher Spider. And it's a card that I never owned, so I want to keep it. Limited edition Lava Golem. Awesome monster. I mean, that's just a really cool card. That's one of like those childhood cards that like I never had this as a kid, and I saw other people have it. And now I have it, so now I'm happy. Same with this one, limited edition. I remember seeing this card in a shop behind glass, and I think at the time it was like you know, it was a single solo card, and I wasn't buying single solo cards when I was a kid. So that was like one of those cards, like I saw it on like in a display case, and I always wanted one, and I found it. So happy. Blue Eyes Shining Dragon from the movie. Actually a horrible card to play, but a great card from the movie. Here's another common card, a Sorcerer of Dark Magic. I just love the Dark Magician stuff, so I like that. Zero the Man. This one's actually this is probably one of the better cards condition-wise. These two together, because it's a set, you have to play Zero Ritual to summon Zero the Man. Probably like 10 to 15 bucks for that little pair of cards. So, like, in my opinion, guys, and it's just my own opinion because I'm not a Yu-Gi-Oh card expert as far as dealings are concerned. I think this was like a $300 binder. Some people could say that that's worth more. Oh, here's another example of cards hidden behind cards. So I saw this Dark Magician, and this is like a newer print Dark Magician. This is not the older print that I'm really into. But then I pulled that card out, and I found the card that I was looking for. Like, this is the Dark Magician that I love to collect. And it was just stuff like that all day in this binder. It was so cool. There's a combo card. Blackluster Soldier, Blackluster Ritual, Holos. And those are actually both first editions, so I don't even know what those are worth. Flute of the Summoning. I wish this card was in better shape. I might actually sell this one because it's so bad, but it's my first time owning this. So cool. Barrel Dragon. First time I've owned this one. I've played this card so many times in video games, but I never owned it. Limited edition Panther Warrior. Queen's Knight. Y Dragon Head. First edition. I love these Machine Monster cards. Machines are like one of my favorite classes of cards. Magical Hats. This one's not hollow, but it is a rare. It's got the silver lettering there. I love Magical Hats. This one I'm keeping for my girlfriend. She's into like crystals and rocks and everything, and this card is called Crystal Beast Topaz Tiger, and she likes cats and crystals, and so I think that's got a little bit of everything in there. 1000 I Restrict, limited edition. Parasite Parasite, first edition card, hollow foil. It's a little rough, but Weevil Underwood's card. Great episode. And then 2 Kaiser Seahorses. Again, cards that I might sell. I don't really particularly like these cards, but that was the haul of cards. It was super, super fun to go through these. I mean, and I'll just show you like some of the hollow foil, some of the commons, just so you can get an idea of what's in here, what kind of packs this person was buying. Like I said, that's what it looks like to me. It looks like whoever owned this binder originally was a pack buyer, and they just bought a bunch of packs and saved all the cards and played them and used them and loved them and cherished them and kept them in that binder for a long time. I'm sure this was probably some kid's binder back in like the early to mid 2000s, and Joe pulled it out of somewhere and rescued it, and now I'm finding it and picking it apart. So that's kind of an idea what some of the commons look like. There's some better ones, but commons are commons. Commons they're what they're worth. They're worth about a penny a piece, you know. That's what you probably realistically get for them. But that was it. So in my estimation, I think that this whole thing of cards, when you take the commons, the hollows that I'm going to keep, the hollows that I'm going to sell, I think that it's worth anywhere between $250 to $400. I'm going to end up selling, a bunch of these to try to recoup some of my money. But even if I only get, 30, 40, 50 bucks for all this stuff, which I think I'm actually going to get more for all that would mean I bought all these cards for my own personal collection for just like 40, 50 bucks, which is a good deal for me. I'm super happy. I definitely felt like I came away a winner at the flea market today, despite getting there super late. I don't know how this binder survived. I guess people were just intimidated by the fact that you had to buy all the cards rather than just pick out what you want individually. I know that I certainly like buying individual stuff rather than the hassle of going through everything. but it was super fun and it was super worth it. So that was my video today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Goodbye.